you could feel that build, that crescendo start to come on, and it would kind of build like a wave would build out in the ocean, and it would gather momentum and finally crash on the beach.
Get up and lay it home with two hands, Reignman.
I've been saying all along that this guy is like a hurricane. I mean, you can see him coming a mile away. You can see a storm building on the horizon. You feel his breeze before he gets there, and when he gets here, he rains down on you.
Between the leg, dribble into the lane, and then a bone-crushing two-handed jam.
When I throw it up there and he throwing that ball through that net, and that's like rain coming down out of the sky.
The Reignman throws down a thundering jam, and people heard it, liked it, and the name is kind of stuck and solidified with Shawn Kemp.
Kemp will run across midcourt, dribbles by Johnson to the gut. A thundering overhead slam! What a play! Holy cow! Woo! The Reignman!
À bien des égards, l'histoire de Shawn Kemp est l'histoire classique d'une superstar de la NBA. C'est un joueur spectaculaire avec un surnom qui lui va bien et un parcours de grand athlète, frappé par l'adversité, mais aussi doué d'une volonté de faire.
The Sonics meet the Portland Trailblazers here tonight, a long-time rival. Seattle trying to rebound from a tough loss last night against the Phoenix Suns. But with 3 straight home games, the Sonics have a great opportunity to get on a roll.
The Sonics. And a 6'10" forward from Trinity Junior College, number 40.
I always wanted to play in the NBA, but I never dreamed of being a star.
Come on, Shawn Kemp. Come on, White. Good work, Shawn. Let's roll.
I never dreamed of being the best basketball player in the NBA. My dream was to go through high school and to win the high school championship and to go to college with some of my friends and just to be a normal kid.
À Elkhart, Indiana, où Shawn a grandi, les enfants apprennent 2 choses très tôt. Jouer au basket et travailler dur.
My mom worked 2 jobs while I was growing up, through elementary, junior high, and some high school. She was dedicated in doing what she wanted to do to take care of our family and take care of our home.
Pour son sport favori, Shawn a la même volonté que sa mère.
He had a basketball ever since he was probably 3 years old, and he's been playing with it and dribbling, and that's kind of how it all got started.
Being from Indiana, you're basically going to get a basketball pretty much when you're born. So, I mean, it's part of every kid's life growing up because the expectations there is for the kid to be a next, junior high star, next high school star.
Devenir une star du basket semble pourtant un rêve impossible.
I grew up with leg braces on knees and ankles. I struggled early on with the growth and development of my legs.
Mais Shawn persévère et s'entraîne sans relâche.
He just has a determination, and I don't know where he got it from, but it's a lot of determination to keep going.
Il a la volonté de sa mère, mais son sens de la compétition lui vient d'une autre.
His sister always played, and that was, I think the main thing that got him interest because he wanted to challenge her.
She's the one. She's the one that I think made it happen. She's the one that was competitive with me from, the time I was little. The one that pushed me. She's the one that taught me how to play.
En fin d'école primaire, les jambes de Shawn sont guéries. Son physique égale bientôt sa détermination. Et les enfants de la ville accourent pour le voir jouer.
We had heard. It was all, back then you had to hop on your bike, get to where they were at, wherever they were playing, east side, west side. And just hopefully he was there, he could play. He was on a whole nother level. We're out there sort of all running after the ball, and he's just dunking left and right.
Dunkant déjà à 12 ans, Shawn fait sensation au collège. En 3e, il va au-delà de ses rêves et intègre aussitôt l'équipe des Concord Minutemen. Son ascension fulgurante de star en herbe ne fait que commencer.
Shawn Kemp wears size 16 shoes and's got a 42-inch sleeve length. inside to Kemp. Great head fake. It's showtime.
I remember he did a 360. I'm not sure who it was against. And he just went up, and we just thought he was going to just have a normal dunk. And next thing you know, he's flying around in the air, bringing the house down.
I can remember several times, I mean, I'm ready to jump out of my skin to yell at one of the guards for throwing a lob out of the gym. And I mean, I think it's going, you know, going to hit the end wall. And the next thing you know, I mean, here's his hand going up, grabbing it, slamming it through. And it was like, oh, that was a good pass.
Comme jadis sur les playgrounds d'Elkhart, Shawn attire des foules d'admirateurs ébahis devant ses exploits désormais légendaires.
After every game, especially junior and senior year, I mean, the number of kids that would be around wanting his autograph, wanting this, wanting that. You know, he was great. I mean, Shawn, hey, there's a lot of kids out here. If you want to, you know, get out, you know, we can get you out the back. No, I mean, he'd come out, he'd sign him, he'd stick around.
We had a great time in high school. People hadn't seen in that area, they hadn't seen a kid 6'10" do those type of things. And I could see the fans feeding off of it. Had lots of fun.
We'd have 500 people standing outside our school. We'd have a line around the building trying to get into our games here, and we had just a little, you know, a small gym. You know, people just wanted to see Shawn play.
En 6 ans, Shawn, l'enfant maladroit, devient l'un des espoirs les plus convoités du pays.
I got recruited from just about every college in the country. They would come down and watch, and by the time I was a sophomore, you know, there was NBA teams that were coming and stuff, watching me play.
Shawn fait sensation au collège. Son ascension fulgurante de star en herbe ne fait que commencer.
Look at that talent. Rebound, handle the rock. Look at him handle it. Look at this kid. Are you serious? Are you for real? That's a superstar potential. Oh, hold me down, Mr. Shawn. Hold me down.
Hey guys, a couple things. Hey, Shawn, this might be the one game that they're going to let you play. You know, Portland doesn't double a lot on the block. They're going to double the pick and roll all the time. But it gives Shawn some good spacing. They don't double all the time on the block.
With Kemp here tonight, what you fear is an explosion. It's been right by Buck Williams, and it's a two-handed Shawn Kemp has been energized early. Right into the lane. High hook on the roll to the hole. There's a beauty.
You get that burst of energy where you can just get one and throw it down, and next thing you know, it just gives you so much energy. Your confidence level raises. You know, the guys on the bench go from sitting down to standing up, and you know, the coaches get, you know, George will get pumped up, and it just gets everyone going.
That strength and that energy generated by Shawn Kemp.
Sometimes I can sense it out there, of course. Sometimes I can actually feel and say, hey, this is the time that you can throw one down right here and kind of give the team a boost.
Kemp has been doing it all night for the Sonics.
Vinny. Give me Shawn.
Since junior high, I've never stopped playing the same way. The same things that I do now in the NBA, I was doing in junior high.
Comme il le faisait au lycée avec son style sensationnel, Shawn continue de fasciner son public.
You know, he's a highlight film. If you really sit there and watch him long enough, he's going to do something spectacular every game.
On the break, here comes Kemp. Oh, it floats high into the air. Here comes the runaway slam jam, a thundering jam. How about that for a solo? He gets back to Kemp. Look at that jam. The excitement that he brings is something extraordinary, I think, because you could sense it early on in his career at the Garden. When he dribbles and just busts right into the lane, double pumps back to the basket, and whack. Oh my gosh! Holy smoke! Here's Kemp again. What a move!
With his rookie year, we was at home in Seattle, and he jumped from one side of the lane, and he cocked it and brought it all the way back to the other side of the lane.
Oh, what a thundering reverse baby cradle right-handed jam!
And we were all on the bench like, damn, did you see that?
attack the rim. That part of it there I enjoy the most. It's the best feeling in the world is just to be able to go up during the game and to put one down on someone.
Into the hands of Kemp. He'll go to the glass and ram it home. Oh, get on that magic carpet.
You could really feel the crowd energized and feed off of that energy from Shawn and vice versa.
Oh! John Kemp doing it all the way.
And you can feel the energy building up. It's like friction on the carpet. It's like a hurricane just winding up. That rubber band is getting tighter and tighter. And then all of a sudden, bam, he just explodes and does, one of those Shawn Kemp special dunks.
They rotate it over to Campbell for the baseline flip. Won't go. Kemp all over that rebound like a bad suit. Out of backcourt, he comes out of the block. On fire. Oh, raging right-handed tomahawk jam from the Reignman. Oh, my goodness.
And you can't help but to go, yeah, that was nice.
If you get the rebounds, you'll have your transition, which is what got us the lead. Now we're at a stage where everything's half court. Everything's half court, and they're a good defensive team, and we're a good defensive team, and they're getting the bounces right now. Hey, give Shawn some time to work and give him some space to work. Let's get away from him, White. Let's go.
There's a lot of guys in the NBA who are forced to score points. I don't necessarily look at the game that way. I just try to go out and play the best basketball that I can play, regardless if it's steals, rebounds, or points, and just try to have the most fun I can, and I enjoy it out there.
John Kemp, he has been a holy terror on the glass. And the crowd generating some energy.
Go, Shawn, go, Shawn. Run!
Right to the Reignman. He'll bring it up to Gary. Gary back to Shawn into the left elbow. He slams it down with two hands. That's energy. That's energy. That's what we're talking about. John Kemp did it all tonight. 26 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. He was Mr. Everything. Final score, 114-103. The Sonics prevail over the Portland Trailblazers.
Play second half, man. Great job, man. That's 48 minutes.
He was fantastic. I don't know if I've ever seen him play a better 24 minutes.
I wish it was a good win over Portland, but it feels good to play in Phoenix last night, come back and have enough energy to pull the game off. This is like the worst photo ever. I have fun on the court, and that's one of the reasons that I've been successful, because I don't put a lot of pressure on myself. I love playing the game. I just want to play basketball.
Son diplôme secondaire en poche, Kemp devient l'un des espoirs les plus convoités. Ayant choisi de jouer à l'Université de Kentucky, il espère entamer une brillante carrière dans l'un des temples du basket universitaire.
I can honestly say that Shawn is the best high school player I had ever seen with his athletic ability. I think that he was the best to ever come out of the state of Indiana.
L'arrivée de Shawn à l'université ne se passe pas comme prévu.
My freshman year, I wasn't eligible to play because I was a Proposition 48. I had played basketball for so long and didn't have something taken away from you. You don't know which way you're going to go, and it was tough.
Rangeant son frein, Shawn quitte le Kentucky au bout d'un semestre.
That was a situation where I think people were disappointed at me, and I was disappointed in myself, but you got to make some big decisions.
Après avoir fait son examen de conscience, Shawn doit faire un choix difficile. Contre l'avis de son entourage, il décide de tenter le saut direct et risqué vers la NBA.
Look back at the history of who's tried to do that or who has actually been successful going from high school to the NBA, and with the exception of Moses Malone being a long time person at this, that's probably not a real good way to go.
The media, they were like, Shawn Kemp's going pro. What is he thinking?
With the 17th pick in the 1989 NBA draft, the Seattle Supersonics select Shawn Kemp from Trinity Valley, Texas.
They called me as soon as I was drafted, like 10 seconds later. They called me, and the only thing I hear in the background are boos. I'm like, oh my.
since Shawn Kemp left high school, has not played in an official basketball game. He's been...
Here he is getting drafted. It's supposed to be one of the happiest days of his life, you know, and he can see on the TV in front of the whole world that, you know, they're booing him.
Pour réussir en NBA, Shawn doit surmonter plus que les doutes du public. À 19 ans seulement, il doit traverser la moitié du pays jusqu'à Seattle et s'installer seul là-bas.
It was rough on him, I think, because he wanted to do it and he wanted to do his best, but yet he was from a small town, and to go there, it was just, you know, it was overwhelming for him.
My mom, she had more confidence in myself than I did. You know, I'm like, you know, someone's got to move out there with me. I need some help. You know, she come out, she helped me find a place to live. But after that, you know, she let me be on my own. She says, you really don't need anyone living with you because, you know, your experiences that you're going to go through is something that you deserve to go through by yourself.
Heureusement, Shawn trouve bientôt une famille adoptive.
When I first got here, the guys on the team really helped me out a lot. They teased me a lot for being young, you know, being 18, 19, but they worked with me a lot too. You know, it's like a little brother to me.
Son coéquipier Xavier McDaniel devient aussi son mentor.
We were close like buddies. You know, we had like a good one-on-one relationship, and he gave me a lot of guidance when it came to life and stuff like that. I just looked at him as someone that I could talk to, someone I could depend on.
He always asked me about situations, and, you know, I just try to tell him through my personal experience. And I used to say, son, you know, this is what you got to do, you know, in order to survive in this league.
Le plus grand défi se joue sur le terrain. Face à des joueurs plus âgés et plus expérimentés, il doit se battre pour avoir du temps de jeu.
The young man bobbles the ball. He's a little bit out of control here, obviously.
It was tough because every time I would come in a game, they would try to clear out, try to post me up, try to get a one-on-one ISO.
And oh, is he taking the rookie to class?
There were struggles, you know, he had turnovers, not knowing how to handle the double teams and making easy plays tough.
He blows it easy too!
Les pires craintes de Shawn renaissent. Ne pas pouvoir s'adonner à sa passion. Et cette fois-ci, il sait comment réagir.
I needed maturity on the court because my work ethic had to improve. I had to get myself stronger. Just a lot of things that I needed. I had a lot of talent, but I needed to put everything together.
Retrouvant la détermination de ses débuts au basket, Shawn travaille avec acharnement pour améliorer son jeu.
Anytime you got an athlete that's willing to work hard, there's no stopping him. And that was the type of person. He worked. He just worked.
He wasn't trying to make anything different. He wasn't trying to be different than anybody else. He just wanted to learn. And I think he knew that the key to him really becoming a star in this league was he had to learn the system.
Les efforts de Shawn commencent à payer. Par quelques actions révélatrices de son énorme potentiel, il prouve aux Sonics qu'il a sa place en NBA. Et mieux encore, il se le prouve à lui-même.
I think it made me mature. I think it made me grow up and realize that, you know, that basketball is not always what you think it's going to be. So pretty much just tried to work hard and stick with that and accept things as they came and try to play the best I could.
Let's talk about Orlando a little bit. You know, tomorrow, Bill, we're going to start you, and our philosophy on Shaquille is going to be body to body.
I remember walking out on the court my rookie year and seeing like Magic and now Larry, you know, and the year before I'm right at junior college in the lounge looking at Magic and these guys winning the championship. So when I stepped on the court, there was no way I was going to let these players know how much I thought of them. If I go out shaking their hands and, you know, and give them a hug or something that I probably wanted to do, then I've been in trouble.
You're going to have to be real active and real alert. Because Shaq doesn't find here very much. He finds this guy all the time.
Larry taught me a lesson. People had criticized Larry. Larry's getting old, his back is in pain. So I go out and I hit a couple of shots on him. Like, man, I said a couple words to him. And next thing you know, he's shooting threes in my face. He's talking to me, and he ended up with like 40-something points. He taught me a lesson that regardless of who you are, how good you are, you know, you have to bring it every night. You got to get your respect that way.
One, I promise you guys, the key to the game is running. It's a transition game for them and a game that we have to be ready to run. Rock and roll, gentlemen.
Shawn montre dès le début de sa deuxième saison pro qu'il peut briguer une place dans le 5 de départ de Seattle.
I was impressed with his focus early. You know, I mean, he made some mistakes on the court, but his focus was there. He tried every night. One night he'd get dunked on, the next night he'd dunk on you.
Sonics lead here, 27-59, a pick and roll. Kemp with a tomahawk jam.
He's a young man, but he is all man.
He has this enthusiasm for rebounding and blocking shots. How often do you come across a player who has that kind of desire for that part of the game? Not very often at all.
Under to Doherty, turns out of the basket, put up a shot blocked by Shawn Kemp.
He just started realizing that he was so much stronger and so much more talented, and he just started dunking on people and realizing the potential in the type of game that he could play.
Give it back to Shawn, he glides in. Boy, Shawn Kemp looks like he's developing by the minute out there.
En décembre, Shawn entre enfin dans le 5 de départ. Mais ce succès entraîne le transfert de son mentor.
It surprised me. I remember the day it happened. I'm sitting in the locker room lacing up my shoes. He come back in, he sat beside me, and he told me, he's like, you know, they just made a trade. And I'm like, no way. I had always dreamed of playing next to him. I'm thinking X-Men's going to be the small forward. I'll be the power forward.
I told him he's the man, and I think he deserved to be the man. I think he had the opportunity to be as good as he wanted to, and I always told him that.
He was just like, you know, you got to make the best of this opportunity. You know, it's not gonna, this doesn't happen to everyone. So this team's yours now. Do what you can, and that's what you work for.
Shawn saisit sa chance.
And run with it. By Freed on the run. Ahead to Kemp. He'll take Stockton to the hole and flushes it home.
Read the play. Something special in the air right there.
55-36. Johnson a jump pass to Kemp. Inside he comes with a reverse cradle tomahawk jam.
This kid looks like he could be a star.
His enthusiasm, his energy output was up every day, you know, and he wanted to make an impact.
Shawn Kemp has certainly raised his game to another level. He is growing leaps and bounds every game.
Kemp hausse encore son niveau de jeu.
Look out! Sets up Kemp.
Et il trouve en Gary Payton un bon complément à son style explosif.
When I came into the league, I really stuck to Shawn because, you know, we was the two youngest guys on the team, and I, you know, basically really wanted to make a bond with him because we were the two youngest guys.
He and Kemp fight, lob low, Kemp, don't Shawn Payton, and those two work so well together.
I think we're a little different from most other combos because me and Gary, we get on each other. We always challenge each other on the court to bring the rest of the guys' confidence level up and just to bring the team up.
Some of the plays that Gary and Shawn have made have been unbelievable. Gary's a great deliverer of the ball, and Shawn has a great area where you can throw it. You can throw it here, 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 and he still slams it.
Court by Payton, he dances through traffic, lobs it in. Kemp will go up and catch it and jam it in with two hands. And they love it here at the Coliseum.
En une saison, Shawn a fait un bond de géant dans l'élite de la NBA. Mais le véritable test pour la jeune star est à venir. Les Sonics doivent affronter les Golden State Warriors, archi-favoris, au premier tour des playoffs.
Golden State had the better record throughout the regular season. They have some of the better players on their team, and George is like, you know, this is what you work so hard for. Play the best basketball you ever played right now in this series.
Charge there. Oh, brother. Shawn Kemp.
Shawn répond en jouant son meilleur match de la saison.
McMillan the pickup back to the hoop, swatted out by Gatling. Kemp buries it and draws the foul. They swarm him in that double they do on the baseline. Now Kemp going to the hoop. Wow! Now that is attacking the basket. They just can't stop Kemp.
Son moment de gloire est encore à venir. À une victoire partout, les deux équipes se retrouvent à égalité à quelques secondes de la fin du troisième match. Seattle s'en remet de nouveau à Kemp pour prendre le contrôle de la série.
Somebody's going to have to step up big here. Well, I would love to see the Sonics go to Shawn Kemp.
Here we go. The game on the line, the score time.
So it has come down to this.
Here come the Sonics.
Up to Gary Payton. Lead pass to Kemp. He'll play it down. What a lob! Whoa! He went airborne, defied gravity.
Unbelievable play in that situation. 28 seconds to go in the game. An unbelievable big-time basketball play for us.
What a play! The Reignman has struck.
I was at half court, and hey, I threw it up there, and I knew he could go get it, and he went and got it, and ever since then, you know, we've been having confidence that we can do that anytime we want to.
Sonics win! Sonics win!
It's over. Seattle goes on to round two.
It was his debut. I mean, he was taking center court at Wimbledon, you know. I mean, he was driving down the front row at the Indianapolis 500, you know. All of a sudden, it was his debut. And man, he just took off from that point on.
I had looked forward to this day for the past 2 to 3 weeks because Christmas as a kid was my favorite holiday. I mean, this is the holiday that you mark out on your calendar. This is the one that you look forward to. And this is probably why I did what I did today, to try to make someone's Christmas better. What's happening, folks? How you guys doing?
I was just looking at him, you know, to see he was here. Shawn Kemp, you know, it's nice to see Star come up and give to the community, you know. It's like saying, you know, I'm still here for you, you know, I'll help you out. I'm always there for you.
When I was a kid, it had been the greatest thing in the world for an NBA player to come hang out and, you know, just to be around an NBA player. You know, anytime that you can go around and be around kids and stuff, see them smile, you know, that's good. That's what they need. They need someone to look up to. I don't necessarily do it because I think I have to. I do it just because I want to. It makes you feel good, not just because they're smiling, but it makes you feel good about yourself.
You'll never make it in the NBA. You'll just sit on the bench.
You're just not ready, man. You won't have a chance to develop.
Don't get your hopes up.
La réussite de Shawn en NBA finit par faire le tour du monde. Pourtant, à ses débuts, il semble trop réservé pour devenir une star des médias.
When I was that young, it didn't mean that much to me to talk to the media and to let them know how I felt. Sure, I felt good, but that's not all I wanted. I want to keep my focus. So until I learn how to deal with this, until I learn how to bring it to the table every night, then I don't want to be in your face telling you, some things that I can't quite do yet.
But over time, ses prouesses parlent pour lui.
People respect hard work, and I think they realize that I work hard on the court, and I'm not a selfish player, a selfish person at all. So I think it's easy for the fans to put themselves in my shoes.
Reignman! And he came, and he grew, and he fed on the rain. Oh, sweet rain!
I like this place.
Oh my goodness! Two-hand delivery from the Reignman brings down the house.
Adopté par Seattle, Shawn est plus à l'aise dans son rôle de héros local.
Oh my God, what is that? A lumpfish? Where are we, fellas?
Here we are in Seattle at the famous fish market.
Oh, check this out.
Right here.
I think he can handle the superstar status. He's got the personality, I believe, because he doesn't really let things go to his head too much and just kind of goes with it. And just sitting back and watching him, he handles it very well.
Il accède enfin au statut dont rêve tout joueur de la NBA.
Shawn is probably the #1 personality in the city of Seattle.
Shawn is Seattle. There's a lot of players on his team, 12 different guys, but Shawn is probably the spokesman, and he's been pictured here all over the place. So once anybody thinks of Seattle, they think of Shawn automatically.
Shawn, tell him what's up.
Hey, I don't believe you. I can't hold.
Well, let's get busy then. You ready?
There's a playoff feeling of electricity here tonight at the Tacoma Dome. The Orlando Magic come into Seattle with the league's best record. So tonight will be a true test of how good the Sonics really are.
Every season has 10, 11 games where I think players feel specialness to them. Shawn Kemp's the guy that's usually carried us in those games.
My pregame ritual is, I don't go out and shoot before games. The only thing I do, I stretch, I listen to music, I'll talk to the fellas in the locker room a little bit, but most of the time I'm real quiet in the locker room.
Take it, Shawn, you might have to rotate up to Anderson. But that, we're in the rotation thing. We're going under, body up, physically try to get it up, Shawn. That's probably going to be you some too. Shaq does set some pick and roll.
Before the game, knowing that once that ball goes up in the air, it's going to be a 100-yard dash. So my thing is just to keep myself relaxed, not get too excited to get out there on the court, but to stay calm and just get myself ready for that challenge.
It's a matchup of two of the NBA's best teams, featuring two of the league's brightest young stars, Shawn Kemp and Shaquille O'Neal.
Let's go, man. Play physical. Play physical. Not going to ass. Go. 1, 2, 3.
Sonics, get busy. Considéré dès l'âge de 23 ans comme l'un des basketteurs les plus attrayants, Shawn aborde la saison 92-93, décidé à parfaire son jeu. Et s'il continue à émerveiller les fans pour ses prouesses, il veut être reconnu pour autre chose que ses exploits aériens.
People realize that not only I could play once a week or twice a week, that I could play every night. I could come out and play the same way each and every game.
He is a handful to play. If that guy's not an all-star, I've never seen one.
Match après match, Shawn dirige l'offensive.
Man, what a play that was. Kemp really getting it going now.
Et se trouve investi d'un nouveau rôle.
Finally, he's being the leader that everybody on Seattle team wants him to become.
Derrière leur leader, les Sonics rejoignent les grandes équipes de la Ligue et Shawn est nommé All-Star.
Sense of satisfaction, a sense of relief, and it only lasted for like 24 hours because the next 24 hours I'm like, man, if I come back here next year and I don't make this All-Star team, there's going to be some disappointed fans, and not only fans are going to be disappointed, I'll be disappointed at myself.
Au-delà de sa réussite personnelle, Shawn réalise que sa vraie mission commence en play-off. Et le premier tour contre les Utah Jazz le met durement à l'épreuve.
They beat us on our home court, and it was a short series, and all of a sudden we had to win one on their home floor tied up. They could have put us away.
Pour rester dans la course, Seattle se tourne vers Kemp à juste titre.
Dominating this game, and he's dominating Karl Malone, who has been considered the best power forward in the game.
Big corner ahead to Kemp. Here it comes. Get on the magic carpet. He will. And tomahawks it home with a flyaway right-handed man.
He exploded. He just exploded and was making moves, and we need to keep exploiting that. You don't want to put pressure on a guy, but I think he is the key.
Après la victoire sur les Utah Jazz, Shawn doit maintenant se mesurer aux Houston Rockets dans un duel face à l'un des joueurs les plus dominateurs de la NBA, Hakeem Olajuwon.
So he is guarding Shawn Kemp right now. Kemp goes right by him, slams it. Olajuwon, he gets the punch steal all the way. Hakeem with a steal and the fast break. NBA Defensive Player of the Year. Kemp steps up, not in my house, he says. Take that mess out of here.
Après 6 matchs, Shawn et Hakeem sont à égalité.
6 on the shot clock. Kemp.
Mais dans le 7e match, Shawn fait la différence.
Does he love the pressure? He makes all the big shots. Olajuwon takes it. Seattle goes to Phoenix.
After we beat Houston with Olajuwon, I mean, you have to put yourself in that Cinderella spot thinking that you're going to go ahead and make it all the way.
La finale de la conférence Ouest oppose Shawn au redoutable Charles Barkley, sacré meilleur joueur de la Ligue.
I've watched Charles play for a long time. To get the opportunity to play in a series against him, I'm telling myself, you got to take advantage of this opportunity. This is what people want to see. They want to quite see just how good you are. And there's no better than going out and playing the best.
Et Shawn prouve d'emblée qu'il est de taille à lutter.
Wide on the shot. Yeah! Oh, my! You need a cape on your back to make a play like that.
Rebound Barkley. Barkley out of backcourt. Bumped by Kemp. He'll take it in and jam it. Sir Charles. Baseline to baseline.
Seattle an extra chance. Barrows for three, and it just misses. Kemp! There goes that man again. He has been the man who's been leading them.
Chaque fois que Barkley tente de prendre l'avantage, Shawn se hausse à son niveau. Et les Sonics obligent les Suns à disputer un 7e match décisif.
Seattle has forced the issue. George Karl Sonics 118, Phoenix 102.
This is our dream, so we're definitely going to give us our best shot, and we look forward to the challenge. I think this team has played very well up under pressure all year long.
Mais chez lui, à Phoenix, Barkley est excellent. Malgré la vaillance de Shawn, les Suns sont trop forts.
And the sun is shining brightly on the bald pate of Charles Barkley.
C'est au tour de Barkley de fêter la victoire, mais l'heure de Shawn semble proche.
As soon as the game's over, I'm already thinking, how I can better myself, what I could have did different. The thing is just take a little break, but they come back in a couple weeks and don't take much time off at all.
Looking for Kemp in alone, leaning on a Grant. Kemp will get it. Back force down, turns, follow by Jay. Got it from 10 feet. What a beautiful play. With it, Deadlift Shrimp setting up the two-man play. Crossover dribble into the lane. Knife to the hole, gives to Kemp, runs to the glass. Powers to the block and lays it in. The Sonics get out of the box with a great spirit, great drive, great fury. The Sonics have a 29-18 lead.
Keep running the ball. You keep running by rebounding the basketball. Everybody rebound the basketball. I mean, a lot of numbers there all night long. Let's start out with a turn. White. Long way to go. Let's keep it rolling.
Rebound grabbed by Kemp. He's been awesome on the glass.
We're running.
Brett gets it. Sends it to Gill. Off to Kemp. In he comes. A quick step. Two-hand jam. Good golly. How about that? And they've held the #1 leading scorer in the league, Shaquille O'Neal, averaging 30 a game to 15 points. 28-point Sonic lead. They clear out. Kemp driving to the inline. Stops beneath the glass. Hurls up a right-handed reverse and gets nothing but net. The Sonics now have their largest lead of the game. Sonics on top by 40.
I dream about winning championships. Just dream about being consistent and staying happy. I think, for me to stay consistent and be happy and just have a great career, that's the best I can be. Just be the best I can be.
In the battle of superstars tonight, it was Shawn Kemp and the Sonics who came out on top, sending Shaq and the Magic home with a convincing 124-84 loss.
Shawn aborde la saison 93-94 en superstar. Désormais, la tâche qui l'attend est claire.
We begin this first of 82 games during the course of the regular season that hopefully will culminate maybe in a championship.
D'emblée, ces Sonics jouent à plein régime.
Kemp will go into the air and soar with a two-handed reverse down.
The Sonics firing on all cylinders.
And here's a dribble drive by Lynch. Underneath, put it up. It's blocked by Kemp. Nice block shot by Kemp. His second. The ball to Payton. Payton lobs underneath.
That is a brilliant basketball play. That is professional basketball at its best.
When you know you can go into the game regardless of who you're playing and know that you can beat them, that feels good. We knew what our size was to get to the championship, and we're just trying to be consistent as possible.
There's a loaded Kemp, double team, hook outside Perkins, over to Deadlift, squares, fires over to Vinny, down low to Kemp. Oh, send it around the horn.
They make it look easy, Garrett. They really do.
À la fin de la saison, Kemp atteint des records en points marqués et en rebonds. Et ses Sonics abordent les playoffs en grand favori pour la finale.
Sonics 63-19 during the year. Pacific Division champions, the best overall record in the league, the best home record, the best road record.
Les Denver Nuggets, classés 8e, devraient être battus facilement.
Kemp with the rebound beneath the lid. Up he comes, the reverse jam in traffic.
Here it comes to Stiff, stripped by Shawn Kemp. Kemp will come back 3-on-1.
You think this ball club was ready? You got it. Kemp drives baseline right, turns the corner, in he comes. Two-handed jam for Kemp. Runaway ball game.
Menant rapidement 2-0, les Sonics ne peuvent s'empêcher de voir déjà plus loin.
I heard in the background, sweep, sweep, sweep. Did you hear that?
Oh, yeah, we hear it sweep, but, you know, in the playoffs, you got to take one game at a time. If we can go to Denver and sweep and get some rest, I think it'd be good for us.
Mais de retour à Denver, les Nuggets revivent face à des Sonics surpris et désarmés.
Tenacity of this young Denver team puzzling Seattle.
We're able to win back-to-back games and put them down 2-0 with no problem. We had that feeling going, just the feeling ran out.
What a difference tonight is as far as Denver fans and players are concerned.
Now a little more of that aggressive defense in Seattle, but Robert Pack dribbles right through. And the door is still open for the Nuggets. Over in the corner, Reggie Williams, another three. What is going on here in Denver?
Remportant les matchs 3 et 4, ce sont les Nuggets qui ont soudain le vent en poupe.
Denver, the Nuggets walk off the floor, and for them, they have done the impossible, stretching the series to 5.
Même à Seattle, les Sonics ne retrouvent pas leur dynamique de jeu.
If you tuned in and you heard one team had won 63 games this year and the other team had won 42, there's no way to tell the difference.
Kemp, the star of this Seattle team, with only 15 points. Another block from Mutombo.
Au terme d'une saison qui devait marquer sa consécration, Shawn ne devient qu'une anecdote dans la victoire historique de Denver.
Mutombo embraces the ball and the unlikely upset, one of the great upsets in NBA playoff history. The 8th seed, the Denver Nuggets, have beaten the team with the best record in the NBA, the Seattle Supersonics.
It hurt. It hurt because, like I said, we had worked so hard during the regular season and then come playoff time and to fail. I think people were disappointed at me, and I was disappointed at myself.
Plus que tout autre, Shawn a porté les Sonics sur ses épaules. À présent, il souffre aussi plus que tout autre.
I don't think anybody reacted well. I mean, it was a very devastating, big-time loss.
As a basketball player, you know, you basically remember your last game, and our last game was a huge failure.
Repensant à cette occasion perdue, Shawn est aussi confronté aux rumeurs annonçant son départ forcé de la seule ville où il ait jamais joué.
Been a lot of talk about trade discussions between the Chicago Bulls and the Seattle Supersonics.
I didn't expect it, and I'm sure a lot of people didn't expect it, but when the talks really got serious, it made me a little more wary and you get scared.
The Bulls claim Seattle wanted to trade them Shawn Kemp. The Sonics claim Chicago wanted to trade them Scottie Pippen.
He took it real hard. Everybody know he took it hard. He didn't know why, what was the problem, what was going on.
Bien que la rumeur ne soit pas fondée, le mal est fait.
Okay, the buzz has been going all over town last 3 days or so about the Reignman moving on to Chicago. Is it going to happen? Is he going to move on? Is Scottie Pippen headed to Seattle?
I don't think that's going to happen, Kevin.
Shawn, I think, was offended a little bit. He should be offended, but a lot of times the challenge is the test. How you react to the challenge is actually the test of what you're doing.
Shawn n'a guère le temps d'y réfléchir. Il doit se rendre à Toronto avec la deuxième Dream Team.
It's going to be an exciting, high-scoring, fast-paced. We want to run the ball. What we'd really like is just to have, like we said last night, a smooth-running machine that's going to just take care of business and then have a lot of fun doing it.
After the trade talks, it was like, now I have to go to practice with the best players in the world. And I want to keep my focus and just get myself to get ready for that challenge.
Ce sera le remède idéal pour Shawn, qui s'engage à fond dans cette mission. Et au moment de jouer, son bel enthousiasme reprend le dessus.
Shaquille to Dumars.
Shawn Kemp is incredible. Yeah, he had some awesome dunks today.
Shaq had the power, but Kemp had the style. Kemp had the crowd going.
And Miller misses from three-point land. Look at Kemp. Oh, Shawn Kemp. And the USA bench is. Do you believe this guy?
We got one plan that's off the backboard, off the scoreboard, on the score clock, alley-oop.
Shot Kemp on the move. Mr. Highlight.
I mean, the game should be played fun. After all, this is a chance in a lifetime, so you got to enjoy yourself.
En recevant la médaille d'or, Shawn oublie tous les tracas de la saison.
Shawn Kemp has been a very impressive player here.
And the United States has won the gold by winning 8 of 8 here in Toronto.
I felt a sense of satisfaction, a sense of relief. I learned a lot of things from those guys over the summer and gave me some more confidence.
En grande star de la NBA, Shawn a su exploiter au mieux les hauts et les bas de sa carrière. Il est constamment porté par son désir de gagner et son amour du basket. À chaque saison, comme il a toujours fait, il améliore sa technique et sa vision du jeu.
Sometimes I stop and I'll start thinking back, and then I'll stop again. And you know, I don't like to sit back and really look at what I've done or what I've accomplished, because you know, it really doesn't matter. What matters is tomorrow, and I know that. So I just try to keep myself prepared for the next day.
This was a big win for the Sonics, but they're off now on one of the biggest road trips of the season. And this stretch should tell us a lot about Seattle's playoff chances.
Now Kendall Gill on the push. Puts one up.
By Kemp, grab by McMillan. Lead pass from the front court. Then Kemp beautifully to the glass. Help finger rolling over Armstrong up and in. Count the basket and send the man-child to the line.
Counting down. Beautiful spin. Here's Kemp now. Trying to move on. Kemp going all in. Looks into the crowd. Showing some pressure. Wow. Big challenge by Kemp. Slam dunk Kemp. It'd be good if somebody had boxed him out once. What an acrobatic phenomenon we have observed. He got after 2-on-1 Kemp, but he moved to the right man. Oh, give him that magic carpet. Intended for Rivals and one away by Kemp. Drives inside and jams it down. Gary brings that pass.
Grant and Robinson fill the lane. Shrimp trailing, gets it, feeds to Kemp into the air. Double pump. Pumps a left-hander up from the belt buckle and high. Caramba. It comes down. The interception on the races. Get on down.
Get out of here, man. It's time to get out of here. We did our job. So it's going to be in 7 years when we lead the league.
That's right.
All right, dog.